Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review, we're going to be looking at the Legacy Evolution Autobot Medix figure. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to unbox him live in a second, have a look at the entire contents of the packaging. We're then going to have a look how you can display him with all of his accessories, because it looks like he's got quite a few. For a bit of fun, we'll do a comparison with him and his original Rescue Bots. That's it, Rescue Bots self. We can also see how he looks and compares to other versions of the mold, which, as you can see, they've already started to use quite a few of these. So loads of comparisons to do, and this is going to be a lot of fun looking at this particular character. So as I start to pop all these away, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to this channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please. And then I need to thank Hasbro Pulse, because that's who I purchased this from, and as you can see, they got him out to me nice and quickly and safely. So on the front, because he's in his robot mode, we've got the alternate mode artwork there, which looks great. There we've got the full robot on the bottom half, and then the bust on the top there. There, of course, is the Legacy Evolution artwork, and we can see that he's going to take 15 steps to transform, but we should be pretty used to this mold. I was going to say mode, because as you've just seen, they've used him quite a lot since Skids. That's only a couple of years ago. So since obviously Skids was the first, we've obviously, I think Dire Burnout was next, she was next, then it was Crankcase, and then it was Crosscut. So there's the instructions, there is all of his accessories. Oh, and there he is. So what I need to do now, obviously, is set him free and come straight back to you. Okay, so I've set him free and all of his accessories, and I've got to confess, he did surprise me how many accessories he comes with. So of course we've got Crankcase's front bumper there, just redecoed. We've then got your normal 3 weapons, but again in different colours from what the original use of the mould Skids had. And then we've actually of course got a light bar for the top, which again is very interesting. And to be honest, I wasn't expecting all of these. The figure itself again is a retool and redeco of Crankcase. And the reason why you can tell is he's got these little blasters just hidden at the back, and funnily enough, I say retool, it looks like they've just redecoed Dire Burnout's head. Yeah, that's what they've done. So we've got Crankcase's body, Dire Burnout's head, and we've got Medix in this crazy colour scheme that just really works. So for those of you who don't know, and I've got to confess, the only reason I know is because I've got a young lad, a little boy, who had the original Medix, which was a rescue bot. And we'll do a few more comparisons with him soon. But with regards to articulation, the head will go all the way around. It will look up and down. No, it won't. It won't. I thought it would, but it won't at all. So there we can see that. There is shoulder rotation all the way around. It doesn't get hindered by anything either. There's a swivel. There's a bicep flexion. There's a wrist swivel. There's a waist swivel. There's the hips which kick pretty much all the way up and all the way back. That's really stiff though. With the knee bend, you've got a load of range of motion, and you've got your ankle tilt and rock as well. So overall, as I said, we pretty much know what to expect from this mold. It's just, again, it's a walk down memory lane for me, to be honest with this. I wasn't too sure if that was going to go. The colour scheme on this seems to just really work. I can't wait to see him in his alternate mode. That's the first impressions done. So funnily enough, we are going to do that right now. We're going to have a quick look at him in his alternate mode before coming back and doing all of the comparisons. Okay then, so we're back in the alternate mode. Quick apologies for no transformation process in this video. Main reason is to keep the length of the video down, and the second is not to spoil it for anybody who doesn't want it spoiling for themselves. However, I have uploaded a tutorial which you can watch if you want to, and of course if you don't want to see the transformation process, you don't have to. Now obviously looking at it like this, it looks a bit weird, and that's because we've of course got the bumper here, which does of course double up as a gun. So we can fold this over. There's the whole front of the car. That's going to tab in like so, and to be honest, that makes it look quite a bit better straight away. We then of course have the light bar as well, which will fit on the top. And now I suppose, let's be honest, he does look more like I'm not saying an ambulance, I'm going to say a medical vehicle, because he's got, I suppose, the lifeline line down the side, and the colour scheme of course just really goes with it. I perhaps would have liked them to colour in that black just to make it a little less obvious, but they are on individual pins. They do all go around, and usually there's no real issue with it. The translucent windows I've not got a problem with. You can't see his head or anything there. I know some people don't like translucent stuff, but I think it kind of works, to be honest. Yes, you can see his head if you turn it upside down, but that's obviously only if you're going to be turning it upside down. this is the original Autobot Medix. So you can see where the homage has come from, to be honest. Let's just move him out of the way for now. He is just the same size as a normal deluxe figure, because again, he's just a reuse of the same mold. There's a Studio Series figure. I need to get some new demonstration figures out. I keep using the same ones. And there, of course, is Animated Universe Prowl from Legacy as well. Right, so let's see how we can attach all of the things. So if we're looking at the picture there, we can do this. Pop the blue gun on the top, and then we can pop each one of these in via these holes on the back. I don't know what you make of that. I don't think it looks that good, to be honest. I think there's loads of other things you can do, but of course you've got a little bit of a quandary because this is supposed to be a medical vehicle. It's a bit like Blades, the helicopter from G1. He's supposed to be like a mini, I suppose, like an air ambulance, but of course he's got missile launchers, rocket launchers, and everything that you can attach to him. You could, of course, do this if you wanted to, give him a huge amount of arsenal and weaponry at the top. What else can we do? I'm just wondering if we can just get them all on the top. There's just loads of ways you can play around with this, and that's what I really do like about the fact that you've got so many 5mm ports. To be honest, because I never displayed them in their alternate mode, I'm quite thankful that it's not an issue I'm going to have. I'm going to try just putting them this way just to see if that makes a bit of a difference. But with, as I say, the alternate mode being very similar to something that we've seen 4 or 5 times already, and I'm not going to be displaying him in this mode. I just wanted to show you it for obvious reasons. I'm not going to spend any more time looking at it. It's time to come back and have a look at him in his main robot mode. That's the way I'm going to be displaying him, and that's how I'm going to show you him with all of his accessories. Okay, then back for the final time in his robot mode. Now, you've got a choice, to be honest. I think you might as well leave the light bar in. It's not as if it's the same as the light bar, you know, which Red Alert had, and you could make a bit of an axe, because with these, I don't know, I'm saying that now, but I'm looking at it and thinking, can I have a go at making an axe? That doesn't really fit in, and you perhaps could. No, it doesn't look good. You could perhaps just about make an axe, but it's not really worth it. So you might as well just keep it in the back. And this, of course, then means that you're not going to lose it. Of course, from the original mold, he doesn't have, I suppose, the little mohawk bit that Skids had. I'm going to bring him back in a second. He does have this, of course, which Crankcase had, which doubles up as a gun. So it depends how you hold this. You've got to have it... what's the word I'm after? You've got to have it hidden one particular way, because otherwise it does just look like a front bumper, to be honest. How have they got him on the back of the box? Just had a query. So no, they haven't got him holding onto that. They've just put the guns in each hand, which, to be honest, I think is probably going to be the best. What, of course, I like about it is there's holes on the forearms as well. So if you wanted to, you can attach a few things via the forearm. The chest is really loose at the moment. I don't know if that's just because it's an overuse of the mold or overproduction of it. I'm not too sure. This can then attach onto the sides of these if you want it to. I think, to be honest, maybe if we attach this at the back, just out of the way, because well, that's going to take up huge space on the back, so you probably don't really want to do that. Again, they've got him, that's exactly how he is in the images there. I suppose the negative thing is perhaps he has got too many things. You can't hold them all on him. You could hold them all on him while he's in robot mode, but it would just pose problems. There's pretty big gaps on the insides of the legs, but ironically not at the top. I'm going to work out other ways in a second whilst I'm bringing up the comparisons of how I can display them, to be honest. So let's start off with first use of the mold, which of course was Skids. He has the doors at the side, and of course, as I say, the mohawk part. Then, if memory serves me correct, we went to Dire Burnout from Velocitron, which was a redeco of the mold, but using this particular head for Dire Burnout. And of course, you can see this slightly different at the front there as well. Right, then we went from, yeah, it's got to be this. I think Crankcase was next. So this is a more direct use of the mold. So the shoulders are the same. And of course he hasn't got the doors. I've got the doors on these folded out, but I could of course fold them back as well. And then the most recent before this was Crosscut from Legacy Evolution, which again we've gone back to the skids mold with I think a different head. I don't know, maybe the same head sculpt as well. I'm going to try and put all these in a line, but I don't think I'm going to be able to due to how big their door span is. Usually you get this problem with Seekers and their wingspan, but it's not a wingspan, it's a door span. I will of course try and bring in some, there we go, some other figures as well. No, I'm not going to be able to do it. They're too big. This little workstation is exactly that, too small. But we've been really treated at the moment to an abundance of figures. So just to give you an idea of the size, these of course are some more deluxe figures, which he's perfectly deluxe size. There we've got obviously some Voyager class, which again he's scaled well with regards to them. If you collect other figures from other toy lines, so in fact funny enough, let's just bring in a quick core class figure there, and then I'm going to bring in some third parties. So there's a New Age David and a Magic Square Trailbreaker. But to give you an idea, as I say, he's just a perfect deluxe figure, isn't he? And it's just such a great concept. I do believe there was a BotCon one from around about 2016, and I just remember missing out on that. But overall, it's just fun. I mean, who thinks of doing what is essentially a rescue bot? And as I say, for that reason, lots of people might not have even heard of him. So I'm thinking, where else can I put this? I think I'm just going to go quite simple. Put that on the inside there. That doesn't look too bad. This on the back, I don't really know what to do, to be fair. And now it's just pulled that off. I think, in all honesty, unless I put it coming up the back of his leg, which is still going to be some huge amount of kibble, I'm not too sure. But to be fair, you can't see that there. So perhaps that's how I'm going to be displaying him. Do I flare the doors out? No, definitely not. That's how he's going to be displayed. Let me know what you think of him in the comments. Have you got him ordered? Are you going to get him? Do you think it's just a novel idea? Again, let me know. I think it's fun. Take care, guys.